Just a couple of days ago, Gooseworks published a new teaser for the second episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. In addition to this, she made several other posts that I believe are also related to the second episode. And I can definitely say that this is a new teaser because before the release of the first episode, the developers published a similar picture with all the heroes we know. And judging by the new teaser, Gooseworks has introduced us to some new characters that will be appearing in episodes of the new episodes. And I don't think they're 100% going to appear all at once in one episode because we have quite a lot of characters now. So I think these new characters will replace the old ones if anyone is distracted by the new episodes. Although so many people have written that they don't want anyone abstracted because everyone likes their character, and whether Gooseworks will abstract anyone, I don't know. But judging by her posts on Twitter, she was already asking us about who can abstract. Aside from Kinger, Gooseworks seems to be hinting that some characters will still leave us throughout the series, no matter how much we want them to. Most likely, someone will be abstracted in the new episode, and perhaps a new character will appear from this teaser. And if we trust Gooseworks, it will indeed happen. But as we know, the author can sometimes be playing a prank on us because she said so in her tweet. But let's find out who is actually depicted in this teaser. I personally saw 4 new characters here. To the left, you can barely make out anyone, and at first I thought it was some kind of ghost. However, if you zoom in, you can see some strange, long, multicolored character. He has a white body, green legs, brown hands, but I can't see his face. Judging by this description, he reminded me of some animal, and if I'm looking for a connection, the animal currently in the circus is Jax. So if Jax suddenly abstracts no matter what, this obscure character can easily replace him. Next, we see a green character, and most likely female. She has a green dress and is generally the same color. She also has a blurry face, and it's impossible to tell who it is right now. I also saw an interesting comparison between this character and Ragatha. In some ways, they are similar, which means we also found a replacement for Ragatha if she suddenly abstracts. She can be replaced by this green character. Next, we see a huge pink-colored character, and it's probably a female character as well. She's clearly bigger than the others. We also see her hands, and they are in pink gloves. But most likely, it is a decorative element. I still don't know who she can be compared to among the current circus characters. Next, we see a blue ball-shaped character. The only thing that is clear to me is that it is made of balls. He also has white eyes and a blue nose. You can also try to design a mouth, but it can be an element of floor decoration. And interestingly, this is the only character whose face can be made out. And the similarity I found is Zooble because she is a toy, and this blue character can be a toy too. But I think the writers purposely made these characters look like someone popular to confuse us on purpose. But what if these characters aren't actually real people in the amazing digital circus? These could be new enemies or new NPCs created by the circus. These could be characters similar to the Shining Queen. And speaking of which, as Gooseworks wrote, the Shining Queen will be the only character returning in episode 2. But again, keep in mind that this may not actually be true. So what made me think that these characters might be new enemies? This is because this blue character, which many people associate with Huggy Wuggy, can be a really dangerous enemy. Imagine that he can ride on his balls and catch anyone. But what will happen next with the character is unknown. You and I have seen only one process related to the Radiant Queen. And those who were eaten by this queen, they turned into the same Gloinks, but they were still not so dangerous. If you imagine this character in the form of a ball, he can actually cripple someone. Also, when I was reading the comments on this post, I came across a pretty interesting photo that shows us a model of this character in the form of a ball. And it looks pretty terrible. Also, I noticed that at least 2 characters in this new teaser look like ghosts. So what if they are the ghosts of the amazing digital circus? And here there is an interesting theory that these can be both characters created by Caine and real people who were abstracted in the circus. Or it could be an image of the developers to interact with the characters. Gooseworks also recently posted with another character, and in theory he could take any form, including that of balloons or an obscure animal. Yes, I'm hinting that it might have something to do with the new teaser. In the photo, he is presented quite strangely with creepy thoughts. He may also not be a real person, but an NPC that he will add. He looks quite formidable, and if he becomes one of Caine's tests, the heroes will have a very difficult time. I think it will be something to do with hide and seek, and the characters will need to hide and run away from this character. Also, if he is indeed related to the new teaser, he will most likely be able to take on ghost form, making it harder for the heroes to hide from him. Another interesting fact I wanted to address is that all of this information may be false, and Gooseworks is intentionally creating fan content that may not be related to the amazing digital circus series. However, the interesting fact remains that in the last week alone, Gooseworks has published numerous posts stating that a new episode should be released very soon. Glitch themselves have been releasing more information than usual lately. They have daily posts on YouTube and Twitter. More information is emerging about the second episode of the amazing digital circus. Also, more teasers for the second episode have been released recently. And once again, it is worth mentioning that the developers promised us the release of the second episode in early 2024. And since January has already passed, where by the way we also got a lot of spoilers, including the first teaser for the second episode of the amazing digital circus. It's still February, and I'm 100% sure that the developers will release one of their projects in February. Either it will be the first official trailer of the second series, or it will be a trailer for the entire first season of Amazing Digital Circus, or it will be the second series itself, or it will be some other project. But I still think it will be related to the Amazing Digital Circus, as the developers are increasingly preparing the audience for this event. Also, maybe the developers will change the video on the Wacky Watch website before the second episode comes out, so that we understand that Pomni herself is preparing for the new episode. Because it would be too weird if Pomni was just sleeping when the second episode came out. What do you think about the release of the second episode of the Amazing Digital Circus? But let me know some of your theories in the comments, and I can cover them in a video. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and hit that like button on this video.